Madayaw na adlaw, Pilipinas!
Mabungahong adlaw, Tandag City.
Welcome to another exciting lesson for today. Only here at
Huni sa Kahibaw Program.
Brought to you by DXDT.
This is Teacher Jessa.
And this is Teacher Don.
Your partners in learning and exploring new things.
Before we begin with, let us not forget to observe minimum health protocol. Wash your hands before and after handling your module, activity sheets, and other materials.
Let us all stay safe and continue learning while at home. Before beginning our lesson, let us have first a review. Right, Teacher Don?
That is right, Teacher Jess. In your past lesson, you learned about identifying positive and negative opinions.
This time, open your module on page 5. What's in?
I repeat, please open your module on page 5. You listen carefully to the directions that I will give. Read the sentences carefully. Put a check mark if the sentence connotes a positive message, and an X if it is negative. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. I repeat, do not forget to write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Okay, shall we start now? Are you ready? Number 1. People should stay at home during pandemic. Again, people should stay at home during pandemic.
In today's time, is that a check or an X to always stay at home? Write your answer. Okay, what is your answer? It is a big check. Did you get it right? Well then, thank you for staying at home.
Thank you so much for being a solution to a problem that we are in.
Now, let us proceed to the next statement. Washing of hands is optional. Is that a check or an X? Are you done? What is the correct answer? The correct answer is X. It is an X because washing our hands is a must, not optional. Let us always remember to keep our hands clean at all times. Right, Teacher Don? Do you also agree with me, class?
Now, let's move on to the next number. The statement is, wearing a face mask is a must. Again, wearing a face mask is a must. Go ahead now and write down your answer.
Already set? What is your answer? Yes, the correct answer is check. At all times, we must always wear face masks to keep us safe from COVID-19. Are you doing this also? Very good. Let us continue practicing minimum health standards.
This time, we shall proceed to number 4. People are not following social distancing. Again, people are not following social distancing. What is your answer to this?
The answer is X. We should always observe social distancing. Alright, for the last number, using rubbing alcohol is important. Write your answer.
Let us check your answer. What is it? Well, the correct answer is check. We shall always disinfect our hands with alcohol. As it is said, health should always be our first priority. Are you ready for the next part? If you are, then fasten your seatbelt as we will be moving to the next adventure. Hello there! For the next part, let us be guided with the following tasks to attain as we go along with our lesson.
Yes, you heard it right. We have tasks to attain. You are expected to learn the concept of bias and ways to determine authors' biases. So shall we begin? Are you ready?
First, we are going to define the word bias. Are you familiar with this word? Okay, let us see. Bias refers to an author's expression of his or her opinion on a particular issue without examining and presenting enough evidences. This arises from the author's thinking, which may be influenced by personal beliefs, culture, attitudes, preferences, and past experiences.
We'll explain Teacher Dawn. To further understand bias in writing, please refer to the illustration found on page 7 of your module. Again, please refer to page 7 for the illustration.
Can you see the word biased writing and unbiased writing? What does biased writing mean? Biased writing is subjective. It is unfair presentation of the issue and focuses on one side. How about unbiased writing? It is, on the other hand, a fair presentation of the issue and focuses on both sides. Now, do you already have an idea on how biased and unbiased writings differ from each other? Very good! This time, let us discuss when does an author become biased and how are we going to determine the author's biases.
Teacher Dawn is right. Before anything else, it is very important that you will learn to determine authors' biases. So please listen carefully to this information. An author becomes biased when he or she persuades the reader to believe on his or her stand of the issue by giving inaccurate information or false impression, even with or without the intention of misleading the reader. On the other way, to determine author's biases and understanding his or her underlying purpose, you must look at the use of evidence and diction.
In addition to that, evidences can be in the form of facts and information, testimonies and direct observations, scientific and legal findings, and philosophical evidences. We also have diction that refers to the expressions that help convey the stand of the author towards an issue. These words and expressions may indicate a positive or a negative connotation.
For the examples of positive and negative connotations, please refer to page 8 of your module. Again, open your module on page 8. Can you see the examples?
Very good! An example of positive connotation is, my new neighbor is a mature woman. Again, my new neighbor is a mature woman. What does the word mature mean in the sentence? Do you have any idea? Yes, the word mature means that the woman is a well-mannered. Thus, this implies author's positive view towards the woman. Do you have other examples of positive connotation in mind? Please write it on your paper.
Next is an example of negative connotation. Listen to the statement. My new neighbor looks too mature in that dress. The word mature in this statement means that woman looks old in her dress. Thus, this implies the author's negative view towards the woman. Did you get know the difference between the two statements? Do you have other examples of positive and negative connotations in mind? Kindly write it on your note.
The next thing that we are going to do is to examine the paragraph that can be found on page 8 to 9 of your module. Again, please open your module on page 8 to 9. Read silently the paragraph, and after 1 minute, we are going to analyze the evidences and diction used by the author. So, Start reading now.
Are you done reading? Okay, let us examine the evidences and diction used by the author. Let us first look at column 1, going to the sea. Everybody, let us read the statements under this table. We can swim, surf or dive, can pick up shells, go sunbathing, or even play volleyball. We can also make people feel more relaxed and can watch the sun as it sets down.
How about for the next column, going to the mountain? Can you cite the words identified by the author? Well, we have this following group of words. Has a strong and fresh air. Can hike and do bonfire. Can be dangerous. Presence of wild animals. And the danger of falling. Based from these words, what did you notice? Yes, it is evident that the author presented more positive evidences of going to the beach than that of going to the mountain. Have you noticed that there is an unfair presentation of evidences? Yes, it can be noticed that the author emphasized the dangers of going to the mountain, but failed to present the dangers of going to the beach, like drowning.
How about for the diction? What does the author use more often on going to beach and on going to the mountain? What have you observed, class? It is observed that the author used more positive words on going to beach, but used negative words on going to the mountain. This gives negative impression to the readers. With this, how are you going to describe author's work?
Clearly, these show that the author is evidently biased and failed to present the idea about going to the beach and going to the mountain in a balanced and objective manner. With the discussion that we have and with the examples presented, can you now determine bias from unbiased statements? If it is so, let us have another exercise on this. Are you ready? Then, open your module on page 10. Yes, you heard it right. On page 10, please.
What is found on page 10? It is assessment 1. Do you follow? Let us read the directions. Put a check mark if the sentence is biased and an X mark if it is not. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Again, use another sheet of paper for your answers. Are you now ready?
Let us start. Number 1. Brand Z bath soap is endorsed by dermatologists in the Philippines. Again, Brand Z bath soap is endorsed by dermatologists in the Philippines. Is this sentence biased or not? What is your answer? The answer is X. Yes, this sentence is not biased. Let's proceed to number 2. Brand Z, the bath soap I used, is the leading brand in the Philippines. Again, Brand Z, the bath soap I used, is the leading brand in the Philippines. Is this a check or an X? This is a check, for this statement clearly showed bias.
For numbers 3 to 10, I will give you 2 minutes to answer. Then let us check your responses after the given time. Is that alright?
Okay, are you done for numbers 3 to 10? Let us see if your answers are correct. For number 3, basketball is the best sport in the world. It is a check. Number 4, basketball is one of the most widely played sports in the world. What is your answer on this? It is an X. This sentence is not biased.
How about for number 5? Carrot growers believe that carrots should be part of our daily diet. Is this bias or not? It is a check. So this statement is bias. For number 6, carrots are a good source of vitamin A, which is good for the eyesight. This is an X. Are your answers right? Okay, let's move on to the next.
Next number is 7. Mothers nurture best the emotional intelligence of their children. This is a check. So this is a biased statement. For number 8, study says that children's intelligence is inherited from mothers. Is this a biased statement or not? Yes, this is not a biased statement. So the answer is X. Did you have the same answer, guys? Well then, let us proceed to the last 2 numbers in this activity. We have number 9. Generally, most of the students find mathematics difficult. What is your response on this? It is an X.
Now for the last number. Boys are more inclined to learning mathematics than girls. The correct answer is check. Did you make it right? Okay, thank you for being participative in answering our activity.
Next is another activity for you to accomplish. Are you still eager to learn new things? If so, then let's keep the ball rolling for the next activity.
To start with the activity, please open your module on page 12. Again, open your module on page 12. The activity is titled For or Against. Did you find the activity in your module? So, let us first read the directions.
Based on the given paragraphs, identify the topic in which the author is for or against. Write the word for under the topic if the author favors it. If not, write against. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Are you ready? Let us start!
Number 1 topic is dog versus cat. For number 2, it is soda versus juice. Number 3, face out jeepney versus retained jeepney. I will give you time to read and answer the activity for 2 minutes, after which we are going to check your answers. So, are you all set? You may start now.
Time is up! Let us now check your work. For number 1, dog versus cat. What is your answer? Okay, the correct answer is author is for dog and against cat. In number 2, soda versus juice. Author is for soda while he is against juice. Are your answers correct for numbers 1 and 2?
How about for the last number? It is to face out jeepney or to retain jeepney. What is your response on this? Yes, the author is for the jeepney to be phased out and against in retaining the jeepney.
How's your answer? Did you get the perfect score? Well, it's okay. The most important thing is that you are learning from our discussion while having fun at the same time. Are you having fun, by the way?
Wow! That's awesome! We are happy that you are learning with us. Congratulations, everyone, for a job well done! This sums up our lesson for today. Before we will end, let's have a recap of what you have learned today. Again, What is biased and unbiased writing?
Nice one! You easily remembered what we have discussed a while ago. Yes, that is right. Biased writing focuses on one side only, while unbiased writing focuses on both sides.
I am pretty sure that you can now identify if a statement is biased or not, and if the author is for or against in a certain topic or issue.
We hope you enjoyed learning English today. It is always fun and easy. Always remember to wash your hands, wear your face mask, and observe physical distancing at all times. We hope to see you again next week, every Monday, as we continue our journey. These are your partners in learning. I am Teacher Don.
And I am Teacher Jess.
This is Huni sa Kahibaw, your school on air. Bye-bye and keep safe, everyone!